Breaking news here at 6 o'clock. Northland College, the financially challenged school in Ashland, just moments ago announced they're deciding to stay open. This comes after they announced in March that they'd have to close down if they couldn't raise $12 million by early April. And that deadline came and went without reaching that goal. After several meetings and proposals to help keep the college open, the Board of Trustees ultimately settled on a plan to keep the institution running. In a news release sent out just minutes ago, they said they will operate on a, quote, refocused model. We're going to take a closer look at what that refocused model is tonight at 10 o'clock.